Hello, welcome back to Beaten North Junction. I'm Dave. From the last video, you'd have seen me go through where the layout was last left from the previous video that was, I think, over 12 months ago. In it, I went through what I bought from Get last year. Obviously, Get has been and gone this year, being it last weekend. They get a few bits. They will be in the next video. So I didn't really want to I'm trying to keep them short and sweet. Obviously, the last video was the length it was. I did say in there that when the camera got switched, you would have seen me laying the track and pinning it down in its final position. That would have added another 30 minutes or so onto the video, which would have put it near enough an hour and a half long, which, to be fair, I don't think people would have watched that in its entirety. So that will be in this part of the video at some stage, and I will go through some of the kits that I obviously bought from Get last year, where I'm up to with said kits, the kits that I was going to buy that I have obviously now bought, built, that are on the layout, and a general up-to-date of where we are currently at with the layout. So with that said, grab a cup of tea, grab some biscuits. My preference is bourbons, your pick, but we'll be back in a sec. So obviously with last year's video, I, as I've just said, went through kits and whatever else I bought, so we'll go straight into that basically. So I said that I bought 2 of these, which are the station platform building wheels kits. I've built one, which is here. I have not painted this yet. I am looking at painting it, but I need to spray it first. This will be sat, when we go to the layout I'll show you, but it'll be sat on the platform facing where I will be stood when operating the layout, so you'll only see the back bit and the sides and part of the front, depending on where you're stood, and possibly, if we do get to an exhibition, where I'm put. So you won't really necessarily see fully in there. Pardon me. I will paint as much as I can physically get in. Should have really painted it beforehand, but to be honest, I just wanted to get the thing built. So yeah, so I need to paint that, which I'm in contention to use either Tamiya paints or just get a spray can, prime it and go from there basically. So yeah, I've built one. The other one is currently sat on the workbench. I've got other bits going on there I will not show because that will be going in the next video. I don't really want to, I want to try and keep this video as short and sweet as physically possible. Sugar, I just broke on the window on that. The other kit, I got, yeah, the general stores kit that I bought. I've done a few alterations to this. Now I did say that when I was building this that I was going to put a signage along the side here. That said building, which I said this was going to be the post office, I have bought the Wills post office kit, which is there in the box. I've read the instructions and my God, do you need an engineering degree? Well, to my knowledge of kit building, I'm going to ask someone at Chester Model Railway Club to see if they can build it for me, because I'm not delving into that, because I'll know I'll screw it up. And it wasn't exactly a cheap kit to buy again. So this general stores, I think, well, I've taken the Metcalf, I can't remember which kit they were off now. I think they were off the kit building where you could have either done it as a chippy, general store or whatever. I've turned it into a chippy. I've put a card piece on some bits to separate it because I think you could see through. Although I've not done it upstairs, but to be honest, I don't think you're going to be able to see that well through it anyway. So that's fully built. I think I need to try and glue the windows back in. But yeah, not a bad little kit to build. There are a few there's a few issues with the plastic being warped and whatever. As you can see, it's not exactly straight flush, but for the price I paid, it's all right. The other kit, which was by Fair Price Models, which was the Dolph House. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I should do, because coming from Wales. I am slowly working my way through this kit. So this is it in its half-built state at the minute. I've not glued it together, obviously. I wanted to see the dimensions and all the rest of it, and I'm going to put some dividers to split the rooms up and all the rest of it. If I can get lighting in there, I'll try. But yeah, to be fair, quite a nice little kit. I did struggle with putting the glazing in. You can't really see it on camera, but you can see where I've used the rocket card glue to glue the glazing in, as I didn't really have anything else that would work. You can kind of see slightly of where it is around the small little intricate bits of the window. It's not, I'm hoping that when it's on the layout and you're stood back, you're not really going to see it that much, but time will tell with that. But yeah, it's quite a nice little kit. They might be possibly buying another one or two, depending. Obviously the MS models, the other houses, I'm a bit up in the air whether I'm going to buy them or not. I'm not entirely sure. What else? There are a few bits to the left of me that I bought from this year's Gets that will obviously go in the next video. That's I think it'd be too much to cram in. But yeah, there's other bits and bobs. Good turnout this year with Gets. Met a few people that are subscribed to me. Thank you very much. Got chatting to a few people. I can't remember the names, and obviously the regulars, Tony Northeastern, Charlie Bishop was there, Jenny Kirk, the Monday nightclub, I think, if I remember off the top of my head. Got talking to the chap of Ian's Engage, very nice chap. Got talking about football and all the rest of it. He gave me a shout out on his video the other day. Thank you very much for that, Ian. It was a pleasure talking to you and meeting you for the first time. But yeah, quite a few layouts there on show. There is a I was hoping this year it gets that one of my old 00 gauge rolling stock would have been at Gets this year, but unfortunately it was not, as Pete Waterman and the Rail Nuts were on a deadline to get the bigger part of the station that they were building, and the local that was sat in the mocked station area, they had to re-livery that. So unfortunately, the two Pendolinos that they have, that was mine, which Richard, obviously as a fellow member of Chester Model Railway Club, I gave to Colin. Richard spoke to Pete. Pete's obviously bought them, and he's re-liverying into the Eco Go livery, the Pendolino, which unfortunately, but as I said, it wasn't there. But hopefully at the next show that they do, whether it's Making Tracks 5 or Making Tracks 4 at another show, that it's there. If you get to see it, then you'll get to see old Beatenhoff Junction stock running around, and if it's there for you to take charge of, hope you enjoy that. But yeah, like I said, there's a few people at Gets. It's a good turnout. Bought one or two things, but yeah, I wasn't necessarily in the market to buy stuff, as I was more concentrating on trying to get the layout up or progressed since not the recent video, but the last 12-month video, which we have progressed quite a bit. So I'll flip the camera around and we will go and have a look at where we are currently sat with the layout, obviously minus the few bits that are, or projects that I've got going on with the layout. So we'll spin the camera around and we'll check the layout in its current state. So back in a sec, guys. So currently this is the state of the layout. Obviously in the video that you'd have seen me laying the track, we've gone from this point all the way around, all the way. Obviously I didn't do that bit because the bridge was awaiting to come, so that's the bridge idea. Obviously I've had to modify this So I think this was, you could either buy this in two forms, which was the 100 and, I think it was either 180mm high one or the 120mm high. I think I bought the 120 one, but I've had to cut the legs down considerably. So yeah, it's not a bad little kit, to be fair. There's a few bits that I need to re-glue and whatever else. So yeah, so that's all now in place. I've pinned the rest of these. I've sorted out the fiddle yard. So the track is all laid, pinned. Obviously, as I said in the previous video, this has now become an engine shed. So I finished this off. So there's going to be an engine shed of sorts here. Bulked up, bit of scenery, whatever. And all the rest of it. I'm still yet to finish in here, although I've stuck the two side bits in there for now. As I said at the beginning of the video, with certain up and coming projects, I've laid out the road for these houses, so there will be if I can get them straight. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be six buildings along here, and then the Wills post office house is either going to sit there or there, and that general store shop that I bought is either going to sit opposite, whichever way. So the car park for the residents, and a few obviously stragglers that have parked there, whatever. I am looking to get a RAC van with flashing lights to make it look like a vehicle here is broken down. They've called out the RAC and they're getting it looked at. So obviously I've painted out roughly, I know it's brown for now, but it's a base coat just so I can see where the road is going to come from. And then obviously once I've done this bit here, whatever, I'll flip the layout around and I can work on the front. So the road's going to go along there, and in the car park will be sat there. And so the other, as I said, the idea with the buildings was that this one that I've already built, depending on where I put the station, might just put it in the centre there. So as I said, if you're stood looking that way, you're not really going to see this, and if you stood from the side looking down, you're only going to see so much, and from the opposite direction. So that one's going to sit there painted in that direction. The doll house, which as I've said is going to be more or less there, and then the general stores either there like that or here on the corner. Not entirely sure yet. That is where it is, just not sure about these two buildings. So with this area here, the footbridge, as I said, was going to come across. I might get it there somewhere, or I might I think I'm putting it there. Not entirely sure yet. It's still torn between there or on that corner, but yeah, I've angled it off. Obviously, if you're stood here, of how I'm going to have it with the tunnel mouth, you're not really going to see down into the fiddle yard. And I'll put a board here that will have black paint or whatever paint along the side, so you can't really see in, and I'll do the same on the other side. So I've marked out where the walling's going to go, and I have slightly marked out bits and bobs. So yeah, that's currently where we are at with the layout so far. So as you can see, we've progressed quite a lot within, well, since the last, not the previous one, but the previous one before that, which was 12 months ago. I have progressed quite a bit. I did get a few people at Gets ask how I was and how the layout was coming on. Obviously, I am where I am. One thing I did forget to mention that when I was at Gets, finally got the opportunity to meet Anthony Dodge and his lovely wife Joyce. It was finally nice to put a face to the channel, because I know Anthony is quite a regular when it comes to commenting on my videos in the past. It was nice to speak to him, although it was only brief, as he was at Worley, that was at Statfold, at the same time as Gets, unfortunately. I've been, from what I've heard, it's at the same time again next year. I don't know if that's going to be a regular occurrence going forward for them. But it is what it is. Obviously, with me being a Bachmann 009 members collectors club, my subscription renewed on the 2nd of October. Pardon me. Obviously, last year, I can't remember if I put this in. Last year when I signed up to it, I had the RNAD box van, the Truchen factory breakdown van, green with wasp stripes, which was a exclusive to the Bachmann club members. Obviously, this year, because my membership's renewed, I've got another wagon, without reflecting on the phone, which is the RNAD enclosed end brake van, Truchen red number 4, which, to be fair, it's a nice little wagon, to be fair. The little black windows, the front and back. It's quite it's quite shiny, so I'll try and my best to weather it down a little bit. Not make it like worn, but you know what I mean, make it look that it gets used quite a bit. Obviously I got a few of the locos last year, which are currently behind the camera there. So yeah, just to wrap this up, basically, because I've noticed that I started waffling on, but yeah, that's where we're at with the layout. Obviously, I have got projects on the go, and there's bits to the left of me, or the right of you, off camera, that I bought at Gets. I had a talk with Martin at WW Scenics. He's got some interesting little things coming out for the 009 Society, which he asked for, asked for feedback from me with modelling 009 gauge, and to be fair, what he's got coming for me personally will be quite handy, as instead of trying to store or revealing it, but without having things kept in the boxes, it'll be quite handy to have what he's in the middle of doing, shall we say, which will be quite handy. Hopefully, I think they might be coming early in the next couple of months or so, or possibly next year. And I watched his dial demonstration at Gets, which obviously the previous 2 or 3 layouts in the past, I've never got to doing any scenics, although I did have large scenic sections that were already built. Static grass to me was an unknown process. I'm watching his little 5-minute display was pretty straightforward and easy. So yeah, he's opened my eyes of how I'm wanting this layout to now look when I get to that stage. And to be honest, the missus, as soon as we had seen what Martin did at his stall at Getz, she was like, oh, can I do this with you? Can I? So yeah, I think she's wanting to get some grass and whatever else down. So yeah, that video will probably be for next month, because obviously this will be October update part 2. So just like to say thanks for the subscribers that have stuck around. I know obviously I've stepped away from 00 gauge. I do have a few bits, not a lot, but yeah, I rewatched some of my older videos of Beatenhoff Junction, the last layout that I was building, and to be honest, I'm pretty gutted that I had to dismantle it, because looking back, yeah, it's unfortunately it is what it is. I couldn't have put it back up to this new house that we've moved to, and all the rest of it. So yeah, I get that I lost, well, whether desubbed or whatever, but coming down to 009 gauge, I know it's not for everyone, but yeah, it's my eyes, it's still modelling whatever you do, whether it's tanks, Warhammer, or, you know what I mean, model planes. It's all modelling, so there's no difference. So yeah, so I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribed since day one. Say thank you to all the new subscribers, and yeah, feel free to comment and suggestions and whatever else. I'm slowly getting through people's layouts updates, obviously with the new people that I met at Getz, picking through slowly of watching their videos as well. So yeah, we're on track without the pun. I'm not in a rush, but we'll try and get somewhere within the next couple of weeks. The next thing I need to do is the wiring, and obviously show you the projects of that. So I will stop waffling, and it's a bit of a weird edit here, but the camera decided to fail. But anyway, yeah, I will hopefully catch you in the next update. Apologies that it's been another long one. I've tried to again narrow it down, but yeah, I think this might have to I'll have to see about this. But yeah, thank you once again for watching, and take care, happy modelling, and yeah, hopefully see you next time. Bye for now.